How can we Sierra Leoneans? You make kuku jumuku. You go get the vaccine card. But you not take her. Because people are still in denial for say COVID-19 not this alone. The government will make money, just like how they say the previous government will make money by Ebola. But save yourself, yeah? Save yourself, oh. And then go help you. I don't lay beaucoup things on the table. From the Pfizer, who just here, to Dr. Samura Kamara, we say, in go help for fight corruption. That money, we didn't say loss for make that building in New York. In the best way, in go help. I thought I say the card be then at eBay for sale. Which card? The Sierra Leone card? But I know be say, now themselves then they do. No, yes, bribery. Only the better one. Michael Cook say the same thing back there happen in the United States too. He say people and they sell the vaccine card. So not to foresee a salon no more they do am. Oh, I thought I say the UK one. So the UK one only they say yeah. I tell yourself. Yeah, well, I make some of who they take a more just to be on the safe side. Presidentbio meet with the bike riders them. They don't give we official list of the one that we go get the money and the land. Musa Tombo no did. Merever Akisoya in name come up on the Bloomberg 2020 new economy catalyst list. The Kamara be go waka and talk to the people for the fuel price. And all the other things them were laying at table. Maybe some things that even pass na you on radar. Rebecca Bangura Kamara say no to true. Also I am for the one at US. Then the one where Michael Cooker talk, we see people and they sell them. All are there. Well, make we begin out to panelists them. For make we get the summary for the week from them. And also go begin out whose friend. Make we hear in your summary. Welcome on board, whose friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tripoli, for giving the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. And thanks to all the effort again we do for bring together this news and look for nothing that in the salon. First again, I will say again, my sympathy to the first lady and brother for the loss we lost her. And I only hope say God will make them able to see what actually go wrong. And if nothing, because it can happen to anybody tomorrow, that culture of if something dubious being go on, it can be for anybody tomorrow back. Some go still pay back. They become a culture. Then it begin to extend from one thing to another. But only hope say they go put on to rest at some point and everybody carry on for less salon go try go. And looking at the other points back where you've been addressed, a chat to that one day, the death of young people in a salon and people that we don't they work and they will not even they work, will not well to do. I go off for see the points where in the government to say the issue where would they try to always advocate beside government will able good record system, electronic data of somebody in sick one, then they know track them, then get the facility with the person the access for know what happen with them. And then backed with something where we don't know how far they will able to do them, like with the type of talk about research, for say then they research to certain thing there. based on the records they wouldn't get. Because we don't get the records, they know people who get heart problems, people who get this, and then you see the death rate, so you go say, okay, look, we chat on this. So all those kind of things, only hope say the new minister will try push them things they are doing will come into light. Because the only area who gets no more as they see that health connect, who don't bring that electronic device, but government therefore pay them in case they want those things. But if government therefore try to put investment and then they will help. And then because it will draw Boku suggestion them behind this tier, say like he will suggest because there is another issue wherein they say when somebody don't lost a lot of electrolytes, what are the electrolytes there? See the too much sweat for people in the sweat, then they lost three main elements most of the time. They lost sodium, chlorine, and potassium. But again, when you look at this thing there, you know what's in the cause them, because when they get too much heat, even though we know they get a heat wave when are more than 40 degrees Celsius, but most of the time salon can go above 30. And when you see a heat wave, now when they go 40, but again, you know, we'll rule out because we don't know findings. If things they don't change for say a temperature between 30 and 40 back can able to cause heat wave, then we call heat stroke. And what's not this heat stroke? Now when they lost the electrolyte, they are through sweating, and you're not able to replace them. So these are other factors, and what they say sometimes it can cause a problem with your heart muscle in function, your respiration. So you see some that instant death you see, when somebody they sick for long or because of infection, they don't abate for long. So we don't know it's anything like because they get an adverse reverse effect again on the brain and the cells then. But when you look into details of the electrolyte that what they do in your body, you will see there is a need for government would look at some of those things there or see how they will able to advise it is the cause of that. Because so man, you see they say mostly a man then they pass away instantly because it is sweat, it get for hustle, it get worried. So all those kind of things are things when they get for see them they look into. And they look into other areas back of like misuse of drugs or even the treatments them when they say they go use. Because so man, any pain, they get one tablet when they call, I don't know how they call them. Then get a name, it's like a Panadol like, but then get them with anything where you get that's alone, and then they go buy. But and then we don't call they get a name, but any day I remember about that, we'll bring it back again. But this is the drug where they buy commonly in case of anything where they do with fever and pain. It not even be thick. But when you look at the makeup of that drug, you don't know what it cause, what adverse effects. So all this kind of thing, and therefore look into like the pharmaceutical board, try to look at them with the regulate them drugs there. Some of times these are all causes. So you could draw a line maybe like this, you could draw a line maybe like this, but the instant one, the question. You know what's in a AIDS, you know what's in a hepatitis, because those are infections where if you person therefore don't sick for, you go here and say he's sick. Cancer, you be sick for long, but here some of them are instant death. Then therefore look into that thing. There's only that heat wave, the temperature, the rise. You know what people and they take back for replace these kind of things because you still they operate well. Then one thing was the government will try to look into, but it's not easy. But let them look into how these things are going to be brought in. And then now they therefore bring the issue how the way back we particularize. When they look at things, politicians, how they persist things in terms of that political landscape for make up decisions, when are genuine decisions, when they will make without with genuine excuses, when they back up what things that they do. And then I will bring this nearer to the petroleum issue, where the petroleum don't come. We know say the petroleum an issue where it don't become a global problem, and then the price of farm. That position it affect the areas in back of consumption. We are the third world, and we know say we're not able to produce petroleum. Then we know say we're not able to refine at the moment. Then we get back the capacity problem. Where they say it is about 80 or 70% of finishing that new project. So they have to do the capacity storage. But you go try to look into it and say the thing they want to give. You go see say you go ask say are they genuine? Because here we see say sometime last week, we see on Thursday, wherein SLBC, then go na Kenema, then go na Bo, for let them go able to sensitize in terms of the petroleum high price, they come up the strategic communication unit, where you been get this guy with Amara Alpha and AB to read the whole book for go see. But what I'll be able to catch up from that interview, they will make actually one about, but they say the AB to read, they try to explain. He talk about the Petroleum Refining Agency, he talk about the trade inspector, he talk about the police, he talk about the MDA and the Minister of Trade and Industry. But the emerging economies, where they come there now that area they will not be see much. And the pricing formula what it gives in and then they help for them to pushing the price of petroleum and not be see much of the pattern what it relate them. Because when they ask them the pricing formula what they get for use so that they were able to control, it talk about the trade inspector, it talk about then they engage the drivers then. But the other thing where it reflect is still government will look how they will able for divert funds. In other words, for let them go subsidize that certain amount, roughly $12 million US for the month, towards the petroleum one day with the exporter, they will prefer for divert them to electricity or they will divert them to other areas then. In fact, the side where it directly puts the one way he talk about, say, now the one way they do pricing formula, we talk about road maintenance. He said because road maintenance, it will overcome the problem with petroleum. But again, to me, I see that side a bit ironical how the infrastructure of the roads it will overcome the price of petroleum of people who apply because like, from applying to any sign of petrol now. Now, I think that from 85, they don't put them to 90 or I don't know if that's 75 to 80. But there is a 5,000 increment from the previous price. When they explain, they go up like people in back na Concord and call and complain, they will help they pay 5,000, now 8,000. Then inside both because of people they make call competition and then they make a call an in-call to the program. But the point what I'd like to say here is that reason, is it genuine? Or you go ask yourself, these companies who are actually importing the petroleum, I learned some of them now, like one of them now, the one where they call ADAX. And ADAX now a bioethanol plant will be produce alcohol ethanol from sugarcane. One of at least a base na makini. But I learned say for so far so good now they get the biggest imports that is not established from that side. Then you go ask again, say, who are the partners who are involved? Then now that side I will reach, I don't want to go far, but think of the partners who are involved, and then think of the it's being big. And then you go ask again, when did they say they want for subsidize? So they will able for cushion. They ask yourself, is it because of something where that they do in terms of a prejudice, or there is a discrimination for partners who are owning those things? Or is it genuine for saying they will not get the money for pay, but let we just say other things will go adjust so they don't go so. So these are the kind of things where you go think say political, the way people they look at things, politicians then, wherein you go say, me na the papa and look at me picking them. You question those things, wherein you go say, you work for the interest of the people them, or something where you get passionately, you bring them for it can affect the situation. I'm not saying that the reason why they give because we know if they don't get the money. But when you look at the way they try to see, we divert the funds then instead of we will say, well, no, not giving people that money not will take spend this money. So we just kind of the logical almost is maybe this is why they decided not to subsidize. So, but only would say sometimes if that might be the reason, let God make some of these things and then they change the perception so that they will work for the benefits of individuals and for good before. Because when you talk about sociology and social psychology in political science, it deals with how the individual you get for treat them, you get to understand those kind of things. You get to get that psychological and the philosophy that you are a professor, you understand human behavior. For say, I'm not going to look for one person, I will look for the general, they cover the whole blanket because this will get impact for this, again impact. So that's why they are only books that we're able to look into them. But again, we understand, see, because of the petroleum price they come up, because there's a competition at the world market, you see like the Brent oil. Because the Brent oil is the one we get that low sulfur. Then the mine between the Mediterranean, North Sea, and I think between between Norway and UK now, yeah, that sea they with the Mediterranean. Now they then be mine the Brent oil, one of the best oil. Then the second one now the US one, because the US now 71 point something US dollar per barrel, while the Brent in the a bit there by 73. But those are the areas that we go look, because we get the Atlantic where they run directly down below that side. Now they Nigeria the English. So you go question say why government no go try look into this thing wouldn't be don't begin when I'm from 1982, 1985, then do where that's the whole mobile, right? They talk about mobile, and they bring this kind of drilling for can drill wells between Liberia and Sierra Leone for no. They don't do phase one, they don't do phase two, they don't do phase three. For let them go able to look into that petroleum we will see again at the sea. But at some point, it stagnates because it will be trying to talk about due diligence. We're not been there from whether they don't begin this program because from 1980 second time coming up to this time and they put. Then now they get can put fresh money say no bush survey again. But this question is sometimes the due diligence. You don't go drill them well there. They don't do all these things there. They don't see the face. They don't demark the area. Also, we just forget international rights between we and Liberia. Take part of Guinea. But these things, they left them. Then because we don't know what to get underneath. We don't know what to get underneath. But I believe that thing that it go don't mature now, a stage where in and we both try to check them. But all those is due to due diligence. Who don't are the right person, who don't know the history of them, they are put them to think, who don't know that scientific thing of what you would try for do. Then we bring that idea, they will put that philosophy and logic so that the thing will go before. So some of these things are just lying down, projects wasted money on, they know they take them, put them on board, instead then they divert and go to other things. But only hope say then we try to look into these things and so the petroleum price because now they cover about 50% of the economic growth when the petrol is not shorting because people when they move up and about, if they get other things, they're going to depend on petroleum for energy and so on. So government therefore look into this kind of things where they will get for help seriously. And then you will see say sometimes they cause these kind of things. And sometimes they don't talk about developing partners are coming there on one side, bringing in idea. You get back that polarization what they talk about. Like you see China, then they help. You see these people and they help. And this is the time that they say because of polarization, you will get a lot of people that will dictate from different angles and bring those things. Those are the areas we get for see. If now one developer wanna focus on take what you take, una can take, una make one, una develop one developer no get business with again una go before. Those are the kind of things. Avoid too much polarization and try to know if I going to deal, how you be able to deal with them. Then you will see EU come inside when recently what did they do because we see a parliament where the woman they come when they begin they can't talk, which was not actually not really go on. But actually what in EU be try to do, then do I think it was Thursday the 24th, when or 2 days, a kind of a 2 days program where they try for develop the female members of parliament for train them for let them go talk in debates in a parliament. So now for that we go see say this past two they debate that they get and give chance to the woman there. You know, I will not say that we can't practice what we don't train on about. But actually, some of them did very well. But the only thing, they will be trying to think against it. The point where I have to say, why again they not go try? Because then they try to say they try to review parliamentary standards. That is part of the EU projects. Why they not go they bring back some topic for teach them very politicians in the parliament said when I go take course 1 month back. Now when I study the pattern of human life, waiting the sociology, the kind of you, how you go able to deal with the society so that you will get benefit from them and the next will get that benefit from you. The benefit from that cooperation wherein they go there, a unified approach wherein I will go and I put something, it will come out better one. So those are the areas where they actually the development partner why they will able to bring down certain things and not only for specify on certain projects, and there's some of these projects they're good, but sometimes then they still lack certain ingredients for making them they go before. So those are the areas where I only hope to say about the developing countries and the one that we get with own business, now we get for the show, point out areas there. And then but because of they are coming to be something when are the passionate thing, we go try for things here, they get that collective guilt. Now you know the day because collective guilt not the day wherein they say, well, we don't feel that this would be supposed to do. But that collective guilt day, then instead now individual responsibility, then they try for a chat and so. Well, the individual responsibility there to the public more because we get with responsibility. But how this will pay for be depending the message where you feed the people them for let them go able to understand. You don't allow them so that they will get information from side where they go down hold on, then where you they come out for let you go impact because you don't say I'm guilty of this in my mind. I want to make impact. No, I just left them, let them carry on. But when you bring it, it will be difficult for let that change day to day. So that's when they will therefore they think about it, they try to bring out things and go able to go before. Then coming out to the area of the vaccine, which is this area we talk about the story. Well, actually, yes, now they don't get time, but like now then they talk about repair, technical problem, the size of it, how it will able for work. So but another thing they are back, you will see how they will say instead of they give you anything they are, because Germans they can't do this, we not try give you this year because the Germans there and the Americans, now Germans they get the producer, now then they give now then they produce this Pfizer. But what is actually then they don't try for do, but it is still not approved. Pfizer they try for reduce the temperature of to minus I think minus 15 and minus something instead of minus something, but they not still approve them. So they go able no more for sell them to the other country then why they modify them. But that one day is still on the way. We don't know if they will able to reach that stage there. Then one thing. But again, it comes to this one and the AstraZeneca now we don't get problem between EU and the other people then, and even Britain now, and we as a we don't think I don't allow you this brand. But the brand is actually and I know was like it performs similar functions of the other vaccine. But because now this new company where AstraZeneca be taken that India, when at the Serum Institute, then they call them SII, Serum Institute India. So they make them in a different brand because when they make medicine, just like Flagyl. They call it Flagyl, but the actual scientific name is metronidazole. Something else metronidazole. So they get the trade name and the pharmaceutical name, but the trade name they call it Covishield. This Covishield is actually a similar one where actually as we look at it, but the AstraZeneca vaccine now Vax Zidria. But the one way they call the Covishield, that's just the brand name where SII they make. They don't make other brand. They get other brand where they make. But because of this, they say because EU, they not can't take permission to EU, the licensing, so they begin to say, well, this and this. But again, to the other side of it, on Thursday, they still they meet up. They don't try for vote here, vote so about 360 something. I think about 355 of them vote. But now 263, they vote in favor. So they were able to waive out certain tax and waive out certain article where they look into the production and the rights they for produce. But the point is here is that then the guy will say, then why they not get the right for produce? But they say because if WHO approve of a particular vaccine, well, if for them at the list. But it depends now the country because out of the 30 European country, now 27 and they involved in this. But we don't know whose individual country will say, well, we own partner, so it is. So now that one day back when they work out between EU and the European Union. But these are all challenges, when are global challenges because of this change we don't come in a way if for don't be something we the human beings for don't do force them, but now they force me for do because we don't feel for do these things or we don't feel for secure side where they say no bring experimental place, they don't extend labs, no we build science, no do this globally. But at this time, they rush for do all these things so that they will able to change this perception because it will be, let's say, now if they use the mask, like when they use helmet. So it will be like that kind of like we go ride bike, you get your helmet. So this, or you get your seat belt. These are the ways something they try for looking to say, now so we life get for go for the time being, how they process. But I only hope say, the one they will leaders, the any side where you find yourself as a leader, so that you go able to act without looking at biasness. Because when you begin to look at biasness towards a particular group of people, knowingly they try to become unknowingly discriminate them. You see? Then with the way we begin to think about the people and back, when you begin to think, say, oh, well, okay, why this one? I said, then I did the stereotype, the kind of, we not fine. And then the one when are the worst one now, the prejudice, when you say how I feel about them people there, then why are people that want to terrorists, or then why they cause problem, or then why they do this. Those are all the areas where they pull out. So when we bring development, when they see some people happen, now so government therefore reflect. If petrol on there, no, we put the if we get them, no, put on there so that they go help the people there. Because the people there, they don't go out for no, but any other thing, they don't go out for no for say, we will not want to give this person and the partner of this, or we not get that. All they want to know about the basic living, because other people then they cry. Even when they make that telephone call, doing that strategic plan with them to do for the price, then they try to talk about, say, well, now they can't suffer more. Everybody they see, and these people are people they holding a boat in Kenema, where the auction at the southeast. But these are all concerns where they go get for approach. We're not saying things are not hard. We know, but when they stop, because we don't know what they're capable of doing. If the money is there, they just don't for gear, or they just actually go with the truth, say they want to divert it on road maintenance and electricity. But electricity now, there is something with all bank they can't put a grant towards these things. So you're able to start pushing and make some other ways. But it is all up to a unified approach and the way people and they settle, then you score them, not by setting the scores of resentment, now for settle areas where the economy need for growth. Those are the areas where they get for settle instead of settling scores and wasting time in things where they delay development. So that you wouldn't give work for do, you go do them. Because when the others in the camp, they are going to talk on different bases. Because you the individual, you reason what you do. But the one the way they are members, there's some of them they know they don't understand. So obviously when they go out to go give the messages, you go see it will be far. Just like that one who the driver and then motorcar, then boss there. That one they go see tax something, then they don't pay for get money for the people and they say 200. Because the one way at the origin of whatever they cause, they can make something when the truth of things. You will say that the inner go know. So when they go talk, I didn't want to go the day when they talk. You will go write you speech for the president. So then you will see mistake. But people listening they comment about all those things. But let them learn to go into things when are strategic policies. So our country will go before. They will not go able for sit down. The rulers will be able to go with their subjects when are the civilians. They know their needs, address them, just like his father and his children. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God continue to help we, and then we're able to listen, and time will make we develop and go before. Thank you very much, and thanks to all listeners and viewers. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
yes.
Sir. Yeah.
Lack out, doctor. Make we waiting in summary for the week. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. You get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everybody, and good morning to many others. I hope so everybody did do well. Thanks to you for the summary, and as well as thanks to Who's Friend for your submission and insight on the different topics that we throw light on. First, I want to say again, we condolences to all the one that we don't lost their life. Now during this pandemic, and also we're not too because of even the pandemic. And then, we understand, say, we First Lady, she's very sad and also waiting to go on. And I believe they go through the grief process where it be say it's, not accept it at this point, not accept the grief process. So as they always say, there's a problem. People go through stages of grief. Initially people then they be shocked at the news, then become very paralyzed about, hearing the news itself, wait and they read. And also sometimes, the next thing we see then can go through, because this now like stages of grief by, Elizabeth, Kubler-Ross, a psychologist, he come up with this. We will know, see, we all can encounter. And as people then they encounter then stages of grief, some people then can process them very well, while some people then they find it very difficult, for process the grief stage. People can also experience, what you call denial. Initially there have been 5 stages, the denial stage, the anger, the bargaining stage. So as I would say, the stages of grief, we don't talk about it here. Whenever there's something going on, people then they go through, that stage of denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And then when you look at it, you can also look at it at a different stage, which now like 7 different stages. First, that news where they reach you first, you just shock at it, right? And then you become like, they believe, like, accept for say, what, this actually happened. Even if not sickness now hits you, sometimes people do go through this, and even, excuse me, not to just where something happened to you, like burying or things like that. And also you become frustrated, and then you could become outpouring, you could begin the, just say things them out there. I think at that stage they right now the first lady they experience, and you don't lost a brother, which I'm sure there was a lot of connection, chemistry, in a way that he be expect, say, he could grow and become a young man will go do things. Unfortunately, he find himself in this situation. We hear it within the club or the place where I go within themselves respond, and with the hope say whatever not the problem, if not person do this, if not a person do again, if not the will of God on a own time don't reach. Which time they try for say, the first lady they try for accept the loss where you don't get, and with the hope say it will get to the stage of acceptance, which is still at this point in order day yet, right? So she's gonna feel depressed at some point and actually try to be, accepting what's really going on. I'm sure people that lose loved ones would go through this, and as they say, young people then they die. Really it will be well for let them find out really why then thing and they happen. Are these due to overdose with alcohol or drugs, or driving without being focused on the road, or all the different things and way if you say young people then will do, we will make them lose their life. And I believe now make, the last time what we talk about NAP hits, we talk about traumatic brain injury, and that team still in place. It's just that, we haven't met for some time due to some other things and we come along, but we got to restart that meeting day again. We are the with Abibatu, whose friend and AAA and Mata and Aranovi. So now we all the para group. So we got to continue for talk about traumatic brain injury. But at this point, we really try for deal with some other things and we come up. That said, definitely, people have to be safe on the road. If you're not possible to drink alcohol, make sure, say, if you're going to go out there, you're going to drink, somebody else have to drive you. If you're going to go do things that's going to make you high, that's going to cause you to become very drowsy and, not seeing clearly, or just, you cannot be on heavy machinery. You cannot be on the road because, one, for yourself, two, for the other people that waiting on the road. So, and you're not safe for drive. If you're not possible to drink alcohol again, you therefore take them in moderation. Why you need for take in moderation? Alcohol gets so many effects them on the liver. Over time, you get something that they call cirrhosis of the liver, right? So just think of it the way I always they tell me student them like go somebody to drink alcohol over time because the liver now they detoxify all the things and most of the drugs then are the liver now they detoxify, not to talk about other food and other things that people then they ingest in the body. So if you think of the liver, think of it like I've drank alcohol too many times and now you take the liver or any liver, pour vinegar on that and see how that looks. That doesn't look healthy as to the one that where pour vinegar pan. So just see it over time. Now that get for happen to you if you're not possible to drink. So nobody they say not drink if you're not possible into that. But do it in moderation and do it way is safe so that you will cost yourself you life, because if you not get a healthy liver, you talk about different viruses then will also happen, like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and sometimes do we test for these things in a salon? Are we really testing for these things to find out if somebody gets hepatitis B, C, what's are the precautions and what you will teach them about? So definitely alcohol self getting your effect, which some of them other thing and then due to virus and they cause them type of hepatitis, and they but chronic drinking alcohol, they definitely cause cirrhosis of the liver, and eventually we think it happen that when you don't get cirrhosis of the liver, now they're able for detoxify things and at the body, and then what thing they happen that they accumulate and they begin go into the brain, and then they call hepatic encephalopathy, right? So all thing and they people then get for understand say you do this, but what's the after effect? What did it really they do to me, right? In all this, putting at the benefit what they get from it, is it that great more than what did it do to me? So if the benefit not that great, definitely find a way to avoid it. And that brings me to, the price control, with the gas, or the fuel, now the country, people then they find it very difficult. Forget 3 square meals. Then now we talk about fuel price going up, and then I watched the video where I said 2 smiles he say cover. They ask people them around Lumley about gas, waiting how the drivers and they feel, how the people themselves they feel. You see now people that not even want to enter the Puda or the motorcar, because why? They want to make sure say first, then they charge them price will make sense to them. Right, so we'll do one thing, thinking that will help for control one area because of we want for bringing revenue. We they forget say we affect the ordinary people, then we're not able to afford a meal for themselves. They need to go out there, sell, and then get something before they go even say then put food na pot or put food na fire for that and go eat with them family members them. So I believe say there are other ways for the government try for really help see how they go control prices and also generate income, because the things and where they need for generate income, they're not they focus on that. They're not they put systems and policies them in place where go help people them where get businesses them or where they make more money for let them pay their own fair taxes in the country, or even put things. And let's think of from we don't talk about this. We don't say even though bringing it, people gonna say something different, but that bridge, Lunge Bridge, if them put Lunge Bridge, themselves for ask themselves, don't they think we go generate money that way? We were they gonna salon, we know how much it cost both ways for go, cross that boat. Nobody that against the people that will get that boat. I'm not against nobody for having a business. You can still operate, but there are other people that cannot afford. Not able to afford that 40,000 a day. Especially if you go to your entire family. Let's say you're not a family of 5 or 6, 40,000, per person for loading at that bus one way. Yes, I know. Oh God, help me with these figures. Thank you for that, because most of the time I think I confuse dollars and leons. But forgive me, people. $40, right? That's 400,000 leons. 400,000 leons, times 5 or times 6, and then on your round trip. And to tell you guys, for the last 2 times where I don't go to salon, I don't pay more than that. Why? Either because I reach there and say the boat don't left, right? So the boat don't left now, then they tell me say I for charter. Like the last one, I had to pay $200. The one before that, I was lucky to share with 2 other people. So 3 of us, we paid 2.5, right? million leons. So all that, if Motkade and even the time when it left we host for going at the airport, we don't need for left that early. Then we'll get a tollway going to Lunge and coming out of Lunge. That way they then will make money, help the country grow, and also beautify the nation as a whole. But every time they talk, but it look like say then they come, then launch this, then say this they come up since December. Now we did July. Today is July 3rd. Is there any news about that, Tripoli? Because I didn't hear anything. The Lunge Bridge, who said it starts?
Hey, doctor. If not,
Near level.
you know, get it.
Then already.
It's not it, man.
Okay. Well, I just they ask. You know, sometimes it's good for like you ask. Maybe I don't miss that program day, so maybe I miss some. Because I'm not, I know say I don't miss the program. I just did clarify for people and say things like that will help we country let it grow. And I know people that will say, oh well, the bridge is not what we need, not so many people that need for feed. But Lord, think of it, New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, these are states that live on toll. You know, you pay toll for go inside and out. You know, so now so then they make money now overseas. And we therefore think in that direction. Yes, we still need the water, the light, but maybe all them things, and if they put them in place, we will able to get the water and the lights, because then they complain all the time, say people they need to get money. So that way they then will bring in revenue. We don't put the money in their pockets. And then all the money that they don't raise for COVID-19. Me, I dey ask again today, what thing they don't do that? Since them they brag, say they raise this much money, we pay $80 for do test for go. Then you pay $50 or $80 or $70, depending on which way you want, let them do your test. Now, who's the can't one, you pay 70, which now 700,000, and then if you go to the center, you pay the $50. So all that money they, what thing they can do to? Really, they need to help with country. All I think this is all ways of making the ordinary people let them suffer no more in the country. We really they big. We don't allow people to suffer again. Salon don't suffer too much. 60 years of independence. Were we even ready for independence? We'll ask for it. Which now everybody want. Everybody want for be independent. Even an ordinary person or even the picking where you born at your host. I wait turn 18. If you ask, I not even want to let you tell her what for do. Right? So things like that. But at this point, it look like people there all the time they do not want to beg no more. They beg, would they ask for that and give you something out of the world. And then we want for say we the international community they commend we for the way we handle COVID-19. But if people then they not even get food at the table because the way the business triangle or the market triangle, for take transport say for bring food from upline, all landing a problem. So long ago they go make we self look good now the eyes of the international community. Where we be say the people that waiting inside with country get problem. Where we need say where we say we need for actually solve first. So let's start at home. Let's make we people then like what they do. And after that we can spread we wings. We could disseminate that information to the world, say, hey, my people are happy, they have food, they have water, they have clean, they have electricity, they have good health care. If you can do that for your nation, trust me, any president will do that for the nation, especially Salon at this stage. If we get down there, I don't see why anybody will say they're not going to re-elect a president will come and put those things in place. Trust me, then we'll talk about your name till the day. Even you generations and where they can, then go to Salon people and we'll talk about that. So now that number one, I hope say we president will listen to some of them with programs they have. So the people that will listen to around for go tell and then go tell and say now this the diaspora, then they think now then suggestion is what do you think, Pa? What do you think? President Maravio, to tell you the truth, I have nothing against you. But the truth of the matter is, I was very impressed when you hand over the peace that time to Tijan Kaba. The way you were then, I hope you can be like that now. That's all I'm asking, if you don't mind. Water na life. Do water na salon light. Before when I be condemn the car power ship, now they deal with. They say we get sufficient light. Me, I not see sufficient light too. Why I be in a salon? I be sleep some days without light because I'm lazy for grab for the go turn generator on and off. Why they go sleep at the turn off? So till morning, light no day. Eh? And sometimes oh take picking, you know think it happen. Then say, there's no light. I say, welcome to Africa. I don't want for them to feel like say Africa is a place that you can have good things. You know, I'm bragging about my country. Trust me, and I want them to feel the same way. So please, now for help me with that. And then me last thing, salon people then measures and they in place now for COVID-19. Do ya listen? Wear your mask. Social distance. If you can get your vaccine, go get your vaccine, right? Because now the only way right now you go to say you don't do something for help fight COVID-19. Scientists they don't try. We know say there's a lot of myth about COVID-19 vaccine. Say it kill, it do this to you, it do that. Vaccine now one thing, not to everybody get for accept them one time. But if you don't know the facts, you don't know, say, multi people that don't take this vaccine and you not kill them, go ahead and take the vaccine and monitor your symptoms then. Especially when you take the first dose, monitor your symptoms then. The second dose, the symptoms, the way you get, it become a little bit more, but not mean, say, it kill people them like that. If there's been death reported, I think then go for see what in the underlying medical condition for that person. It go make more sense. We see now, so we then give them picking them 12 years and older. You know, it was 100% effective. So I think the scientists that don't do well, and we tell them thank you for that. And the healthcare workers, then we tell them thank you, but let them continue for sensitize the public. You know, the first person where you educate them, you find a way for convince and say, this you need them because now this it will do for you. And when you do this for you, it also help your community, they help your country, they help the world. Because we deal with an illness we don't come since 2019, we still the fight them. You know, every day they get new variants. Where we say the one way they come, they're not being do that only during the studies or during the clinical trials. So now something new. Where now they go back to the lab and say, what's in the cause, what's in the really the effect, what we go do for really make sure that this vaccine we put in they get is effective for the one way if you don't come, and also the one now where they come. There's different types of coronavirus, but just that we had 19 that never showed up before, and now we getting different variants of it, and that way that's still being studied. But meanwhile, the one way they take and let protect yourself, protect your community, wash your hand, stay away from crowd, wear your mask, and if you do that, you will really help the country, or let the country do well. And last thing but not last, Sarah Network Charity Foundation, you know, we get a Twitter page. If you don't follow it, please follow us, because every charity video or donations that we don't do since we don't start the Twitter page, we upload and it in our Instagram too. And then you follow in our website, you know, either at the Sarah Network, you know, radio website, where we say there's a charity link, you go click on that, it'll take you right to the charity page. And if you want to donate, you can donate there through PayPal, or you reach out to any of the numbers them we'll get now. And also, if you need any of the fundraising items, then you can buy from there, and then you can also pay the, so we will ship the items to you. We still get t-shirt demo and money they inside, we want for selling. And then we'll get proceed. And also we'll get mugs, then we'll get water bottles, pens, mouse pads. I advertise the charity because I think now the only thing we'll go for do for make we find joy in helping our nation. So one way, please support Sarah Network Charity Foundation at sncfny.org. Now a non-profit charity organization where we say you now the United States can claim those charitable donations them at the end of the year. So the one that we've been donate last year, I'm sure them will tell you say them been most of them reach out, then get a letter, they can claim that. So we do have a 501c3 tax exemption status. So please join us. And then Sarah Network Salon Office, 56 Campbell Street, where Sierra Leone is never too far. So please reach out. We get different things and what they offer. Down then our business. I just want people to get that. Sarah Network Office Salon, our business, it generates money for the Sarah Network company itself. So please, you can join me there. And then also if you get something we want to talk about at the studios, you want to do audio recording or you want to follow, do certain things, just go to the website. You can see those offers that we are doing. And then if you go to Sarah Network Discoveries, you defend the health talk on Mondays, different topics. So far, I have uploaded, or we have uploaded about 2 new videos, one at the studio, one way we say we do about COVID-19, and another one that come up this coming Monday. So look out for that. We get Sarah Network Fashion Discoveries. We get forget cuisine. We get forget education. Different topics that we're going to come up with on that channel. And then I did Big Yard. The movie Big Yard, where they cause all the dramas. Then I want big compound where we say Auntie Kadin say now in charge now. Right? So everybody for take control. So, go see that outstanding, performance day from, Kadi. So you go really like for join along with other cast them, Thank you very much. And we get Seraton season 2 where they can, but season 1 available. Now YouTube production. And then season 2 get for going Discovery Channel. And if you didn't at the United States or you didn't at Europe anywhere, reach out to us. We do have some hard copies if you want to buy the entire episode. But we don't upload episode 4 yesterday. That was awesome. When I take a look, Salon people there, would they go somewhere? Our movie is gonna be, talking very soon. Thank you very much and have a good one.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Make we come with Tony. Make we waiting na Tony in summary for today. Yes, Tony Ture Jones, welcome on board. Your summary for today, sir.
Yeah, I know say our network we they do so many things, especially this one with the radio station, they do more advocacy. And just like what you can say, and sometimes when you check online, you notice say you get people where they listen, where they play a key role in this government or this administration where they in power. You understand? But we not just the talk. You understand? We know say it's very difficult for make you institute change as alone and not go happen overnight. But you got to start somewhere. And the task anti-corruption alone not going to affect all them in a day. You understand? But there are laws there because that place here where they live, anti-corruption not there. But there are penalties, there are laws them, they get system in place. I feel say if we want to talk about development as alone, you understand? Government, when I with the head when I get for put system them in place. Not to just putting the system in place, but when I get for get integrity. When I get for know certain things they want to do say, okay, this is a conflict of interest will affect the country. Which I do so, not will directly benefit the country, it will benefit just me and my family. The reason why they say this, Abraham, if you get paddy them within a bank, inquire them a bank them we now government 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 they give contract and let you see the people that they gonna bank for go cash huge sum of money them for projects them. Most of them all now then government officials them within a power, not to minister, not to permanent secretary, not to this alagba, now they work for them, now they mobile them, now then they go cash them checks and then they get contracts. You can't develop a nation by that. If Nami an historic problem, who knows yes past administration self Nami a victim of them, when you come, if you institute say you come for change, you can for change entirely. You know go come with the same thing because in the past administration, I know a particular minister where they sell tickets anytime where government officials they want to travel. Now to in business in they buy tickets. And that's not conflict of interest. And when you check the ticket price, ticket will be 1,500 or 1,800, then your pricing is very high. Since then, I then 35 than this. Now, these are the problems then where you they see where we come to reconciliation. Audit service alone not able to forget all the receipts and they because the reason why they able get them, if you want to do a forensic audits, you want to trace some of them background of them come this and they. You they come back you realize say Now the so-called people that within governance, now then they run them business here. So many times, some of them receipts here, some of them business documents here. I don't know they even provide them. It could just they in systems. Okay, we keep this money, then release these funds. Order they release these funds too, because by right improper audit system, you understand? You get to make sure if I release $1,000, the person will get receive the $1,000. Get for sign for them, and that paper then I will attach na the file. So if auditor come to my want for verify, where I know say auditor they come for kind of test the controls and give a true and fair view of the business. You understand? It make them easier for making for reconcile and able for make that things they say okay this there is no problem here. But you see all those gaps, you see all those things then they. You understand what I mean? So this goes back to the governments because so many things then they happen where if you look transport system a problem, the day we feel go up there is no problem. Okay, all that school of thought you say no problem for let feel go up. Other people then they argue and say in waiting a call. Yes. But let's say there was a system in place where you get transport, public transport being provided by government. The last time they tell us they get buses there where they come this. We get buses the way they run out that Waterloo area, the way they come. Remember, if they are in the area, then they take come. Let you see people the way and that's because they don't open that kind of way. Let you see how people in the street for me they even come with them picking there. But I mean, don't take half. I don't come na Femiton na junction. Bro. For Femiton for can Lumley, man. I spent past 2 hours for like them to car for go that side. You understand what I mean? We think we not get public transport system. Those are the little things them way I feel say any sincere government or any government will come for sorry for people them. Now the little things then they need to fix first. Not for them you go domesticate things and begin to talk about. Yes, there's nothing wrong with cybercrime or this and that. But most of the things them way them brad effect for. Now what now for their own direct benefits. What it costs for you get thousands of dollars or millions of dollars for buy more buses and put another road than they where they run from Newton take inside Freetown, where they run from Hamilton or Sussex or wherever take inside Freetown, where they alleviate that suffering from people there. You go make people then go work quick, you go make people then feel relaxed, they not go they go for week early in the morning, if man don't go they wait for them at the junction for can't teach them. All the thing they didn't tell you. You see, come on now, 2, 3 in the morning. You see them, mommy, they all blind. Then they run home for them go there, na Duff Court before 5 in the morning. Just because we not get transport in place. Now that thing that the government you look at, where they say this government is serious for when people there. Now the thing that they look where you go to hospital, you know, say you go, you meet the right medicine where you sick, you there for what they call. Not to follow now they open now your personal business there. Then the money way for going for court cost for waiting when I spend how you spending when I spend bogus like say we get money we not get money the money that we with man they give them grants and then they count conditionalities then they make they put laws them in place where they affect the innocent people then because una they look for their own interest get big money go take money come una no so now go able thief pan and keep on our account there, then when I forget about the people there. Simple things the government. Even the audit, even the parliament, audit service, will they wait back for another audit report for come back? We begin to say, yeah, audit report of the last one we just do. We don't even know what's in the outcome. We don't even know what's in government before that. Then they deny before that the president says and then they deny back. Then they waiting and call they defend. But when in past administration, this same audit service where we rely on, they pull documents there, you all like say, oh, this is not God's truth, this is the Bible. But now, when the government, now the little things then you get for follow up, then they make country go before. When the system they in place, anti-corruption, not even get work. Because all man know, Yahweh you the drive, you know. What you know the consequence them when you violate when you speed when you throw it put take dirty that's about no more you know the consequence with it because there is a system in place. But we go just talk, we go just this, we government and go talk. Look like sports, what's in the happen at the country. When you talk about look like sports. Controls now, they're not even able to understand. You got other people and when they play other sports, then they do so well. Then they qualify, then they give the deaf eyes, then they look like say they're not relevant. Swimming, this, they don't know what they this. All them different sports and just because they know say football now they big money, then I didn't go for thief. I didn't go for play, then you key. Because if they want what the way they swim, they ask for 200 million. You know, say 200 million now peanuts for them. They're not able for thief and bet day. Then they watch, then they see and say no relevant. You understand? And then they focus for areas and we get what's in called. This is why me know the go back to because the little things they look at the watch today. Somebody sends something where then they can look at the ferry, look at the ferry where they run, so they look so. They say, oh, we are PhD holders. You cannot think. You cannot even use emotional intelligence. You know, get initiative. Because if you get initiative, you go get empathy. You go say, hey, people in the suffer. Like help them and this year. But you know, they use them for so you sense them for say how people they look. Then go wait stuff like go push and for something B. Accident B. Then go begin to pack rest. Then go begin to pack money. Say then they go meet the family there. We're not proactive at all. Certain things they want for don't put in place, want for address in the country. Then they left and for still 2023 election they can. But me, I don't say the country salon people are not full again. Then salon people that will vote pull APC. Then same salon people, if they're not satisfied, then go vote back and pull SPP. Then officer, because they didn't have forever. Mame Bangura talk past there. He said, when people then are past now 50 years. These are still that out the other. When they pull and who say voice they look at today? The same salon people, they watch. They say don't tire. You see now video. The world now don't become global village. You see country the way they now we are and they develop. You see Guinea for Matoto for Kaisa Madina. Then get train. All now in a part of them don't get train. Part of them contract with the Chinese. What they call? They tell the Chinese on a big stadium. That stadium they now they watch all the start go play. We own contract all the give. Now we own family number for benefits. Now we own pockets a number for benefits. We not even go say no go for capital projects. No say okay part of this concern. I can't be stayed up for we. For they say Pashekino do nothing. Always he left now so. This stadium left now they say the one the way they can say then highlight whether this don't even remember say no build stadium. Don't ever say no build other infrastructure, administrative building. The you building where they left. The same parliament say, the same state house. And that's saying now cake days where you go say now the dark days where the world not advances, then see how they see so not they. Una they bluff now they come over soon now they go now they see how God country they run. They wanna go now they make big full business because that they satisfy on that. Una not they learn. Una they say IPC some house do like now take yourself you not make a political appointment. The money don't done because you know able maintain. You know able maintain lifestyle. Una they thief no more. And with this kind of inflation where the money una the thief so get for done back. They get for done. Because una not get the capability, una not get the sense for able for replicate and do better investments. We go make that money they become sustainable, we go take. Now una will come back to the drawing board and begin cry back. Una know they learn from the one that will serve under Pakabai regime, how their life they like today. Una feel so una get the world. But look the people and they suffer. In the midst of traffic, petrol go up, una make coffee back. Coffee people they suffer that they back in the streets. But una not get empathy. Una not they feel say, hey boy, no pull on government bus and go na street and go people them for they go na house this crucial period. Look at people in the jam pack inside for that. Don't na they coffee like say we all COVID okay. Now which man and next the waka. So na next one they put with it. What about during the day? What about during the day when people in the pack so that they like sardine? Once you give the policeman their money, then they let still let you go. Put it in jam packs. People then still full up then choke inside. Don't know they say, hey, don't forget na mosque, don't forget na church. But inside the put people they pack. People they go to office there, so then the 2, 3 hours, 4 hours for the day, 8 hours, then they one side. They not even put mask, then they talk. Months for that you say, okay, if now 100 people they go, let 60 people then go. If na church na 50 people then they go, let 30 people then go. It's simple. So people have the thing that when they go, that's a common sense thing that when you go, so we all know say COVID day. But you got to put certain laws then. Yeah, when a restaurant where they go, the time where COVID if na 50 chairs then they reduce that to 25 chairs. Who's that na 10 table, they reduce that to 5 tables. Common sense, you know, they make the people that they suffer, the people that they suffer. They go for dance and glad for now, for make the hypocrite because they want that small change when I go give, let themselves go eat, let them go buy rest of the eat. When I make the country become nice for everybody, people that want to oversee go government invest. People that they salon they themselves go invest. If multinational come the car, say this business where they go on, so I come to the one, let who can partner, they can inject more capital. Now big business to get. Nobody know they go invest in a salon, international investor know they go invest in a salon outside they see, but who loopholes then they? You go for create the platform, let even the locals them. We at Sierra Leone get the confidence. If we at Sierra Leone not get confidence, where they leave us there every side, and they will not get confidence for go invest in your country. Now when someone go invest in your country, now foreign people then go can no and can put huge amounts. No, they don't go. You get for CM 4 years, this place is governable. Then Ghana people then they run for go. Most of the hospitals are Ghanaians can get it. We're not some not even doctors, some not so this, but then believe say if I can invest in health, I go make money. If I can invest in school, I go make money. If I can invest in anything factory where they make a back, I go make money. If I can invest in factory where they make nail, if I can invest in factory where they make spoon, if I can invest in factory where they make toothpick, I can invest in different. You look factory then partner Ghana, you go able to give more people a job. That small period where they all aside and they all open, Losa open, Bumbuna open, Osa open, mining they go on, everything they boom. You see how the fleet empty. Young man and they all planning the fair work because we can see Padu and all this long bench. You don't change it, they just find the waiting and call. You say they all together out for go for where you go for work. Simple things there, simple things there for put it place. For now they go and copy cyber cam. What if cyber cam there for do? Where una say where this one they use them, they bully people they what's they call? You know, so there with the big government, then go for really get put sense. Come on, say people that suffer. That's the people that will vote for APC pull APC. There's some people that are embarked for votes. You know they far. This is now 2021. 2023, then are gonna nothing change. Until they see now launching. Look how many people they die. Me now check Facebook, like see young people. Me always I know they post on my Facebook page again because I got beaucoup people that were not so Sierra Leone the way me and our friends, Americans, this that. All of a sudden I see post young posting picture on my page like RIP. So me I need party then they die. So my best friend I don't even wait the concept again because like all they ask, why won't they die soon on our country? You know, no more. What's it? Now young people they every day you go Facebook. That's why they see young people RIP. When you actually there's not time for no more. They say not this, they say not rebellious, they say not this. The president you on board that but die. Now they say them go poison. But the one where they die na poison. Whether they shock cause no more than further than die na poison. Now health system poor in the country. Now the health system very poor in the country. There's some people in the way they die, so they just scared and go up church and they little number than that. That's what that's so poison. No, not because the health system weak. So why therefore be you put under your foot, you go no say yes. Now we do something for now we fix health system in the country. Young people in there, you know they die every week. Young people that don't go college or not done and get a profession, get a very good life and don't marry and get family, they just got someone and die. Now poison they all. No, the health system weak. Now the health system na saloon fucking weak. Then the need for fix to not get things that for put in place. And then they kill people there. We not reach that level there for they go poison people in our back. But then go for fix the health system. People in the sick, then they go hospital, then they suffer inside their mind. Then they suffer, then they take what's it? Fair one man where they go give me injection, go give me drip. You know they go hospital because even when you go hospital, then you know they book no way to they do you. Yes, they feel me head. I hear they ask, okay, and then na typhoid you go be so. No, not all where they ask you they ask na typhoid. So secret the way they you don't even know underlying secret. So they are along with they beg them where they power. Then they check the health system. Then they overhaul the health system. Then we tell say the money that when they collect for them pass the executive there, they go take her for bill hospital. Bro, we country too sorry. It's sorry, very sorry. Not to follow go December no more, we just go cheat. You will not be seen. We will still invest. We still we where they make now the still send. We still remit money every time, every week. Some of food and I be owed the same money. Because just get our faith say, who say come out no place like home. But the man they empower me, man, they frustrate people. Business so not day. Then they frustrate business people. Tax so not day. So I mean tax just business all this. They not even protect the local people that they do business against these Chinese people that they can't dump. Against people that they can't dump no more. Where they for regularize trade. Before they say they smuggle fear go Guinea. Well, for all small 98 to something they go Guinea, we they go Guinea. When Saloma they go Guinea go buy markets, we enjoy Guinea the benefits of free ports. The one they don't lock border Pauselon no go buy markets. They say they come out fear can go na Guinea. Almost in there they go buy na Guinea cows and a saloon. Almost in there. When they lock side them, but not all suffer. Now we suffer. Now they suffer. Now one would make the delegation, they go back the president, say, they are happy for we. They want to they don't want to make defense. Hey, no, they take the fuel, they smuggle. Not today that begin smuggle fuel. Not today. What would they go Guinea go buy other today? Yeah, that's all would they go buy it. Tamati self tea, tamati should they go Guinea. They're not they lock them by the power with the smuggle Kaisa country. Don't come them there, they feel people they're stupid. And I'm your take, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Well, that's Tony summary for today. Behind the scene, we tell Ale he go down small. It look like say today only we don't touch him some way. But you the listen, you self get opportunity now. Make we hear from you. Michael Coker say he not care for this government force. But people in the suffer now because of the corruption and the mismanagement of them, and they don't come out today. He say the one they will colonize we, they left we with good electricity and clean water self be the pass na the pipeline. Say connect to hospital, be the fine one. And it be clean, it be the kind of hospital way for be. With school system self, it be superb. He say we not maintain nothing for the infrastructure than they. So we dey pay the price right now. They pay the price right now because which is true though. Waiting new na salon. Which building we new? Which infrastructure really they say we new na salon? You say the roads? Nah, the roads are patchable. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and the call from, please.
Triple A, thank you very much. This is Omar from Los Angeles.
You get 3
Thank
minutes.
you for your submission. Thank you to you panelists. How many minutes? 7. Oh, 3. Okay. Hey, you don't cut along to 3.
Today's Saturday, 5 minutes. 5.
5. Good. What do me want to say? One at the start with Samura. If Samura in truly mean good for Salon, let God help him. Let God help him. Me not get nothing again for say but them people and they. Now the same Samura this way write a check for build that rubbish where they say they build that rubbish that Kissy Road. During the election time, when they interview him, you know what I blame? He blamed the one that will build houses and at the water bank. When he been there, they turn the door. Indian power. Why not bring that up? Why not be talk say this not right? We are not be because a right check per road where them big will not reach the check where he right. But if be there, if you be like Salon then why not be resign say I don't want the part of this. Now we know the day, now you want to fight corruption. If he meet good, let God help him. But the way we Salon the corruption is everywhere. And then right now, you triple A, you go na free to I say this na free or una can't take and the thief. Even when you don't give them free, say this na free una take them. Because the corruption and the thief, this not thief. It is so embedded in the system. Even if you tell them say this na reso na can't eat, so man thief the money put inside pocket. When they say it's not free. Na so thief and corruption on the na Sierra Leone. You know, so I don't talk too much about the past government. They know what they do. Me no say they not get no intention for better Salon because it's 100% clear this government not get no intention because everything what this guy been telling but say you can't do, nothing not the way you do. Now this man tell we say nobody in not for allow again let us swear anybody at night. Now they force the lie begin. When me the campaign, he say unless by Chroma they be swearing in the net. Ain't no go happen. Well, in your middle let in your time pass and it's by Kroma yourself. So everything we in talk say in order for happen, the day we in winner, the day the life begin happen. So we know say in order for do anything. But the one that way they talk now say the opposition the way they talk now say like say today, then a savior. You've been there for 10 years uninterrupted. Uninterrupted after we Pakaba don't fight, it don't create institutions then. All what you before do now, empower the institution and they let them be independent on their own. What do you do? The institution are not corrupt 3 years ago. The institution that we Pakaba create them don't begin corrupt where unless by Kroma take over because by Kroma I make them, they create them. When APC turn over, now they don't begin. When we begin hearing about Nasi, say they hold people their pension and they need to give them. Now 3 years ago, not 3 years ago, it happened from where another Pakroma take over. Like Pakroma, Cabana, and create an institution. Where they take over now, whether for strength in here, like just like what Obama been talking, Africa did not need strong leaders. We need strong institutions. Well, God bless Pakaba. He creates them. Where APC can sit down now, 10 years, uninterrupted. Everything where they talk today, we saw they fall back to constitution, problems. If they truly love this country, but we say this guy not going for doing it. It already like we one. Because I didn't tell we say, nobody not going for swearing again midnight. Well, he's swearing 12 o'clock midnight. So now he lie don't begin. So no say not going for can't do anything. But we now don't take we have been under the 12 years and 10 years. Cool, fed, no hala, no gunshot, nothing. 10 good years. Easy, smooth. And when I go around, when I even talk, say Sierra Leone get the fastest growing economy. When we not see how you go get would they see where they say fastest growing economy? Would they see in America? Well, America they do well today before the pandemic. We been get 2% unemployment. Well, now that maybe people talk to say if Corona not been controlled, they win back because the economy been so. Which side the economy been good now? Salute they go hala say should get the fastest growing economy, but they still get 85 to 90% unemployment. And the number one employer at the same time, the government again, not say na private sector. So you don't see any difference between them wire and the one that we come out. Just hala, none of them. Like I don't say it's over and over. God not give we the son of the solid. Need to my in brother, me I don't know what happened, but did one that day with he and God, you know, the corona. I tell you, my brother, I say and then they say again. We get people we sit on there. Now we the mix. If you read the amount of words them within the social media, where people send towards them, people and they even talk. I don't know if you see something. One guy who they call Sano, been to do some experiments now WhatsApp where he get ball, where he put power. Who side and they come out? They say they take the corona, you will get the shot. Now light bulb or something. I don't know if you know side explanation they come. I see what the guy they do experiment. I don't know if you go through me. Then you get other people who they talk say that 5G, now if I inject them with. I mean, how you go do that? Because you know say you see a country where if nail trick yourself, now ambulance they can't pick you now us. And whether ambulance they can go to hospital, any motorcar wait now before the ambulance they get tickets. Then people and where they not even get none of them facility. Then they help for damage their mind. They help for destroy their mind. And some of who then fall self when they scatter rest from Africa, na salon. Let alone go there and go do anything. But we sit down here, we know everything. Now we they set fire. Now we they tell them, we not do this, we not do that, we not do this. The country is small for goodness sake. How long will rape and this? So if they self come out now the same thing self people say for can do. Let this man rule, let we see which side to go. He get 5 years mandate. That no matter what you do, how you do them, yes, self we don't see them. No election, no they world with fear. Now we don't see Al Gore and Bush go back and forth, cut. they end up saying, you know what, I'll go say, Bush, you win. Donald Trump say now, even a couple of days ago, in people and they call CNN, they talk, say, if they not reinstate Donald Trump, then they call civil war. So no one, no election, or nowhere in the world where the loser, they say, he agree. But after where everything don't settle down, let we help the president, the one with the Sinai win, for develop the same country who world claims say we love. But we need to see them this time around. Because back then, when they been in power for 10 years, then even they call SLPP say na mumu opposition. Now so people them they call them. Now we say one be the jump ahead SLPP, they call us say una na mumu opposition, una need to talk, una need to do nothing. But they not cause a chaos where they cause finance. So yeah, I'm not talking about this guy. I'm not him. But let them rule for goodness sake. Low people said in the care we go. 2023, they right around the corner. But if they do all that here, they bad they tell other people that this salon not a good place. I don't hear this. You don't want they watch AY, the former resident minister that we call brother. Kamokaba. She don't AYB the talk say because we be stop that mama. Kamokaba. The talk say you're not a place for do business. Ain't no one that nobody can do business. How you go talk so? Been former politician. You been there. Just because there's something will not go right. You did tell the whole world. Say, when I'm not kind of salon not a place for do business. Then you say you love that country there, just because they stop a program where you boss be hoping a year or 2 years ago, you not go through. Why you not go find another way? Why you not go say, okay, since when I say this thing not be fine, when I show me what in no world work, come with ideas. Just like with them they talk now about Obamacare, when they tell Republicans, if you say Obamacare no good, come up with your idea. But they will not see any idea. Tell me any idea what APC don't count with. Now oppose them, oppose. They not count with any idea. They don't want to count anything for the past 3 years. We're concrete. Nothing. They don't ever tell me say this thing where this party they do not right. Now we'll suggestion this. Show me up. No. I just oppose, and set chaos and create young people for hip chaos. Black Friday, Super Friday, Zoom Friday, all kind of Friday they don't pull up. It's not good for we country. And some of we want to go back. We not go canton like Somalia or Sudan, where the Fed state they end up dividing East and South Sudan. We're too small for let that happen. Now that's not my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Umar. Yes, call ID live on air. You name and who the call from, please.
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. You get 5 minutes. I'm waiting a contribution.
Yeah, Triple A, I want to ask you a question though. The cyber crime. I was telling you say they for take and go back in Parliament.
I'll be after 1 week. I don't know if them be don't take away then they do this because if I meet up the same way then be the talk on debate on presidentbio in speech. So I don't know if maybe then they overshadow and then we don't care and go back or no. But now be 1 week way this week we pass so then for don't care and go.
Okay. All right. I want sympathize with the people in Amakeni where they be lost their life through the generator business because they can't 1 year, and the people who be lost their life now Tombo and all the other places them, and the people that already die right now na the hospital in Connaught, you know what I mean, Cottage, Makeni, Bo, Kenema, all them places. I want to thank everybody who contribute. Tony, I want to thank you. You know, excellent job. And we all the fight for this corruption, but not to corruption are the problem. Not just people that will love the country that we need. Just people that will love the country. You know, when you see Salon come overseas, you know they bring in corruption can I You know one day he say Salomon Komoyanda bringing corruption can I because you know what's in there. You know the system and the laws the way they are. So what they talk about the system they under in a salon. What are the system corrupt? Now the people in a salon are then corrupt. Then just feel say everything are just not free for them. What them put in a power, everything are free for them. Therefore just take. You know. Then they forget saying Now for the people of Salone, not for them, one grain. Now then they don't understand. Then they take, they eat all. They forget the poor people and people they suffer. Now then they don't understand. We they blame the system, not to the system. Now the people them, and the educational what the people and get in that country, and they make them corrupt. Maybe say they not care about the poor people then. Now for themselves no more, they drive their own SUV, they pass, and they see people and they suffer so that the country. They don't care. The same people in back, and then they go back, they fight for them people they are back. When they suffer so when they fight for the same people who they thief on a future. When I know they see. But when they make na me party. You party where you there, and then they destroy the country. But when I know they see. I don't understand. The SLPP, the APC, when they destroy the country, but when I know they see. We party then a power. When I know they do the good job. Now you yourself where you party then a power. Now you for tell them. Let you know say when I know they do a good job. Because when party fail, now they don't fail the country. You for tell them. Doc, they talk about Lunge Bridge. The people not even buy ferry yet. One ferry they not buy it. Then they talk about Lunge Bridge. They will not care about the people in that country there. Yeah. Another thing about the parliament. Parliament, they are the big one. Una they go na parliament. All the parliamentarians they are the big one. Una they go na parliament. Una act serious. Una treat the people of Salone seriously. Okay. When I vote for now, when I go to parliament, when I begin to act like small beginning, like short type of childish way when they act. When I act seriously, okay? Salone needs serious situations. Salone needs serious fixing. Not to this play business on the pass. Yeah, we need for fix Salone. We don't need for play inside parliament. Parliament need for be serious. They are the big one. Wanna be serious. They are, I don't know. For say they are leader. They wanna show love for this country. They are with big now. The country they go backward. Wanna show love. Love now we need in that country. They not all this craziness where they go on. So love now we need. And I want to ask presidentbio, the corona, the first wave. How we fix the first wave? How we fix them? What not be the solution for who fix the first wave? How we fix them? We say now we get third wave. Well, then people, we need to wake up and see what they go on at Salone. If we as Sierra Leoneans not wake up and open we eye there, we just support blindly. Blindly, we support the people there, where they destroy our own country. Blindly, we support blindly. And I'm your contribution, Ali, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Yes, caller 11 here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel, the call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel. You get 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. I want to say thank you for way they find all kind of way for keep this program on, for inform we who there in other areas who will not be able to catch up in the country. Thank you so much. And the panelists then do very well today. Some of the things that we didn't touch, man, it's so good. I want to begin with the idea that Pastor Bobby left institutions in place. Obviously, we know about Nazis, okay? But besides that, no president, not the way they come, really, where they try for set the system in place. A system where they hold each group accountable. We not there, because all the presidents the way that they come, all man want to be the king, so that anything where he say now will happen, they are still behaving like kings. Then they pass things the way they want for let happen. Then they see the announcer and everybody for follow. So now then they set the system in place. I know somebody be say the people they're not corrupt. That is true, because when you come here as a Sierra Leonean, all of a sudden you become a clean man. You just do everything right. They put hand in your pocket, pull them and hand over to police. All of a sudden. So people in general, they go fall in place if you get a plan and system in place. They go fall in place. Right now, when it don't say lockdown at this particular time, it never happened. it they happen. People then go listen. They not listen. They warm one person up, and all of a sudden, everybody see I'm online, social media. Everybody comply. So it's a system problem. Nobody, not they ever fight for set this system in place where it go be say all man will be accountable. The reason why we not hear a fervent program from APC now because that parliament system not they work. Now the one way they na authority now if no more it can't tell you what it need for tell you. Where the opposition grab and want for pinpoint something where is salient, then they block them because they see and say it's opposed to the president. So the system is not working. You know, if you get a system in place where they tell you, say, you are allotted for let's talk for this particular time, you grab and talk, wait till they for talk. When the time pass, they say you time don't pass. But you go there for talk, as long as you say, the moment you say something where they know, where they feel say, oh my God, you don't begin to touch the president. They begin to cut you off, tell you other things. So the system problem. If anybody, Saudi Arabia, you feel say thief man, they're not in Saudi Arabia, but go thief. The system is in place. As you thief, they catch you, your hand is gone. The next time we do, and the other hand is gone. So as a result, you go Liam, all man they see I pass. Because it's not me say them people and they now straightforward people. I was a roommate to 3 Saudi Arabian boys. Then they smoke weed past anybody. But then tell me say by the time that they left, then they wash them clothes. They're not the only wash and then go iron and so that with grain. Not for Depana, because if you are Depana, you arrive in Saudi Arabia, your head will be chopped off. You see? So they come here, they smoke, then go clubs, then go over there, everybody follow in line. A system in place, everybody come and go follow the system. And no one fix that system, which I believe now the president always now go lay down an ego and say, me have my own power for they in check. Therefore, Lord, we embrace the system. Lord, we set up the system, the court are not for interference. Waiting then if you say he right, therefore make a right. You know, and not for interfere. If I tell you say this man don't interfere inside the election process, the court are not for interfere with that. You know, but they're not going to do him because he wants when he pick up his phone, he call that judge for listen to her. See the problem we'll get. So it's not even the people now system problem. So no president, no day we don't come to that country for put that system in place. Period. So let's talk about APC. That the first time we Kurma come in place, definitely it will do some work. That's why it not be even to campaign and pressure anybody for second time. Even who then I will begin to say, for say all kind ministry now road then they make. At least show me that. Let SRPP show me something where I go say now. All the ministry now this no more than they do. Show me even the education way they talk about how many people away they come university up to this time they are fighting for code. Let's say you university where you now the president where they decide over. Let's say you not approve them. How a university student will graduate from FBC in a classroom up to this time for 3 years you know they get code. What's that problem Dandy? Let's say you picking you go send them for go work for 3 years you know they pay. Now community no more reliable. You know, and that's now your flagship program. You know, during the lockdown, we've been understands about how many millions of dollars we then don't send at the education sector. Somebody pinpoint a brand new secondary school where this government don't build. Somebody show me. So APC been do something the first time. They did something. They fixed road, even though we not highly up to the par, but they be make something. They be making. That's the truth. So Lord not just say they don't do nothing. They did something first time, second time they mess them up, and that's why they kick them out. These them people are so weak, waiting at the flagship program where everybody they look at and say, okay, good. No, then they just open, celebrate something where they don't do it. So that day on when come to APC side, that day I go say first time they been do something, second time they mess it up. That's why we kick them out. Okay, so. SRPP do something. The school, when they say that they make things, why not they approve teachers? I go, somebody don't go to college for 4 years, he commodity in a classroom. Oh, it go there for how many they tontona, you don't get code. Oh, you don't mix up this. Now you not get code. Now you not get called for put your system in place so that you go put people them on payroll. What kind of nonsense is this? Please, now do something for the country before everybody crumble. Thank you so much, Triple A. Let God bless Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, caller ID live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Good evening. This is Namata Erobi. I call from Ohio, Maryland, Delaware.
Okay. What you get for we?
You guys be quiet. Okay, for me, on the lighter note, I know say right now all the man they ask for them. So, the woman and mom gonna go say, make gonna calm down. I know it's not easy, it's tough. But me gonna go back to like we story time yesterday. When we give story. This is one story, right? I go to Ohio, Columbus, and they get an adventure area, and let's say Safari of Africa people. So while on this safari, the Africa area, guess what? You see how they drive motorcar, they broke down a road. Motorcar broke down. They get a motorcar like that exactly where they put at the place. Motorcar broke down. The luggage then they on top. Then the animal still on top of it. So see how these people are still looking at us. They're still portraying. With all these years, they're still portraying what we look like in Africa, So then I look at all this road where I travel, the beauty, light day, water day. So all we beg we leaders them, una feel for we as human beings them. Una don't travel. Una don't see how important if light day, water day, I'm pretty sure the local man don't even know what's in our politics. Perhaps not even care self. Because the way you get up in the morning, you go there and you look good, you go to that where you go get much cow they you go say you want to go to business. What are the way you go drink or where you go tie in a packet, the probably they still put water in a tongue. Or night the way you go put they're going to make like I don't know, ice cream, chocolate, exposure, you go sell. Anything and they're waiting, have it small, but salon be still nice, you go clean, what are they? So now all I do with they ask for. And also, we want for bring on attention. They then can't get what they admire to. Look, most of the ministers, they wouldn't come on power. Some of them waiting and they go back to local jobs there. Local jobs there. So if you know the small money when they give now, make the country look good, guess what? You're not going to feel better, even if the job done on the hand. You'll be satisfied because say this people, you make an tell who you be there. If not radio self, some of them are radio shows them they appreciate the little money when they get. So we just they beg and say to you, not for saying for we more the diaspora say we diaspora, the other man they talk. You sick just on the house and they block one on road. Then you go to hospital. But salon, you sick, say who's the ambulance they come up or the hospital somewhere they get you go. Before you know, sickness don't enter, it don't worse. So we just say to you, we they beg, we na Kamara, me na mama. We country na we own country. Una thief them money there, una misuse them, una give una wealth, una family they live flamboyant life. Una no go survive na abroad forever because they get family back home. So dear, and I beg una make this country fine for we, so that we go back and enjoy this country, this salon what we love so. So now me on this. Thank you so much, Triple A, for the opportunity we give us that we voice this out. No offense, no anger. But yeah, let una make use of the comments there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martha.
Welcome.
Can you imagine they say Africa Safari? Then the Africa Safari then put Bukudon Mutuka. Hey, Africa. Go land. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, I'm Kamara, call from Netherlands.
Yes, Samura.
Yeah.
You get 5 minutes and waiting it.
Well, me take concerning these education sectors we gonna been talk here. Then they talk about this this past week. I try for talk in terms of us, but the teachers there. People, the way you think about the statistics, but the past school census, we like have been get involved into 2019. When you look at the school census, the thing that we then categorize now the school census, the facilities that we then talk about the school census. And what do you think about the statistics, about the teachers them first? Like me own side enforce way like a cover. Out of 100% of the teachers, only something like 12 or 15% na in get PIN code wey like dey on payroll. The rest them all na community teachers them. And most of them schools and the way like get them community teachers and now some of them schools and they as I talk to you so then school and they exist again. Like they aren't achieved on and get past how many schools the way like don't close totally when they exist again, we not functionable again. Because of waiting, where government carry this flagship program say free quality education. Now some of them teachers and the way like the community been they give them quarterly basis. Every quarterly, every 3 months, and they give them 5,000 for any one school picking. Just think no more now, a community teachers, they waiting at 5,000 they do for inside 3 months for one school picking. How many teachers and how much headmaster we will give and they're waiting the headmaster the own. Even some of the school, the government sponsoring schools them. So until the old school where you go, the only person you go there on payroll and the headmaster, the rest they don't know they on payroll. Most of them schools and they, because of this free quality education, we like now the government flagship program don't make some of them school and they don't lock. So I can just the doubt where like this present statistics the way they give in terms of education, but the way they talk but certain things the way they give certain figures then for students and they get doubts over that. And we come to this money issue back for we Leone Star team. When you look at the government in promise, the president in promise we give and say for that game day, and say this game. So like how they get involved into that game day, I doubt some way them put Musa Tumbu and Malian in name there. And Malian are they part of the starting team. Like Musa Tumbu, maybe they will say well, Musa Tumbu not play. Na Imek, maybe they no go put some in the system. But like now Malian boy play full 90 minutes and play well and defend for the team very well. And then saying they let them realize one thing, see they not be get left foot another wing day. Your work can play more than waiting them they expect saying for being do. So do who they apologize for Malian for make at least let you get in share with the government. Now they able to give Malian in share. That's my contribution. Thank you very much, Sha.
I thank you very much for more. Yes, caller, ID live on air. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, hello, Triple.
Yes, sir. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, Mina Ahmed, I call from UK.
You get 5 minutes, sir. What's in your contribution today?
Yes, first of all, I want to say thank you, for this program, at least for bringing me life to what is really happening, sometimes actually we get serious concern as to what is really happening back home. Sometimes some of we don't grow and go school, and me now once a teacher, then at the system from there, and then I move come Gambia. But what did happen now compared to whatever did happen before? This is not the worst time this country. I tell you, my brother. Not to joke this at all, not to say na sabotage or people and just want for the condemn government. Nah. We don't live in any country, we don't go live in other West Africa country, they can abroad and they see the system. And most of them people let they go take power in any country and abroad they come out. Yeah, we be say if they lie, if they lie, if a court lie down. Because camera they outside we they open our office, you get for be very professional. Come on, they come to the point where they happen at home, my brother. People they talk about the school system. Make I just go to the school system because now they me graduate, I go as a teacher, I start. I know most of the man they till to the present man what they had the SMTU. Now. Me you close possible wasabi. But I think they don't go right. The country in a total mess. I get guys who they go be graduate, who they teach. Now mess. So bribery. So corruption. Corruption don't even be at the school system. Corruption in the school system, my brother. So these are people away at the talk to. Some of them even they supervise all that stuff then at the schools, at the school block there. The school is rubbish. I get people away at the pay for way the private school or so ever being family, brother picking and stuff. I get one body IPAM now. Look at the tears and all this safe. Tears and all day. Right now, for pay money, would balance of 800,000 or so. We left before the exam. Otherwise, they send an ado in the draft day. If you not pay, imagine somebody go invite you, so they don't pay the school fees and just a balance left. They say the common ado, no the seat. Then they draft the hall. They see, then the way the class, some the way they empty, and they will not get. So I don't know what actually government they do to us, all of them here. How the young one, they not to drop, they go drop. Then they go in the street and for do something else. The government, I don't know which measures they take, but then they come and they talk a lot of things there. Say, na so. The corruption, no, they not all now. I don't know if this is not the worst time. This is not the worst time, my brother. Commodity, I get a friend of mine to where they are the police system because most of the guys back home in graduating, you know, the police, some of them are the hierarchy. For go peacekeeping, for she they bribe. If they bribe, when I shock, these are insider. You can't imagine how these people, with the lay policies, laws, they are not the suppression and subordinate them. Just for somebody, we somebody capable for go outside for go do something, send and they a professional, then you get for bribe you, the top man, for make you get access to. Come on, no. The system is rubbish, my brother. The system is rubbish. Salon, the way things go, is very, very hard for me. You can't believe this. Sometimes I don't even believe because if you compare Sierra Leone, look at Gambia to this, because that's how the way me don't come out, they go teach day and then be an examiner at the Ministry of the West Africa Examination Council. Look at how in the flourish. The most of the teachers in Gambia, they're all Sierra Leoneans. Most of them top class schools, they are Sierra Leoneans. But look what they go on now at the schools in the small country they grande. You pay part in our exam council, then you go enter you exams marks then in the next 1 week you money don't come. So nothing up to today West Africa Examination Council. Look at the rubbish the exam system. Somebody tell me an insider, the teacher. In fact, they pay money, then they go show you. Imagine. Then they charge the students, go tell the parents, so. You can't imagine that. It happen now. This exam, so it takes so. Somebody where they teach. Where I tell you, these are people that you know, they didn't have the system. Then they get this, then there are people in there and they start in school. In fact, they don't politicize the school, some of the schools there now. They don't politicize some of the schools there. Some schools and they go to schools and are only politics now. Even though they didn't have this present government. Some of the way they like essentially that's not school way me before that they start with junior school system. In they say within a pauper teacher or whatever. Now in the politics they preach that class na school. You know they didn't school safe. You don't even know they pioneer school to school. They preach the gospel of politics under this government here. I will tell you one is until I call you. I don't get it name. I will show you. So make it, if then they listen to people, then go more. These are things that would happen, brother. We they get every damn information in that country. We get people them. So the system is rotting. Look at this players' money system. We say the government, the police money. We say they get their land. Where is the parliament? Nobody know the monitor. Nobody know. They say they just give money. Just give money like so. We say the money they come out. From which source? Where the land say? From which part of the land? And this are government. You don't give it no more. Just these are William brothers say, yeah, it's good for me. But you get for think again. Where is the parliament? They monitor that. Then they call them to anything. Then they say coffee. Look at the laws where the presidents they put. They don't call on a parliament. Yeah, then crazy. We say mediation. Now you crazy. Do one. It's not possible. It's not possible. We all know this. But why didn't they exist as that way of country? People not get understanding. All man just be dumb. Everybody just be quiet. Nobody not even get action for say this. Then they free police and they free this as if because sometimes it's sad, brother. It's sad. Anyway, make us just give time to other people, but He really, really sad. Maybe this is a topic of another day. We can't finish the Sierra Leonean problems. They're just too much, just too rubbish. But from time to time, we continue for talk. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you. I want to get something quick on Facebook. I don't know if now the first time this you join me, Vandy S. Sharif. You're welcome on board. Naya, we in a family. And they take within one person talk and judge the platform. But like how you they attack people on Facebook. I know I make you each day. Yeah? We respect everybody in views. All man get right to in your view na ya. As long as you not curse person, as long as you not be disrespectful to the next person. You see everybody come and talk? Now everybody right that one day. So when you they write on Facebook, they attack people, now they block person, Or they block person. If you want to go, no, they allow na. So I don't know if I force them. Relax. You say get right for call and see what's in your mind. Everybody get right. Don't be disrespectful to people here. Because if you do, with a block person. Inside this week, two things that will happen. Or maybe memory, according to Facebook. One, on the 1st of July 2019, na program will be doing where anti-corruption say, then go begin for do lifestyle investigation. What I want to ask, 2 years ago, na anti-corruption be say, then go begin do lifestyle investigation. They don't start, Eh? They don't start, On the 2nd of July, the program what we been do, now be Lunge Airport, now be one of the most expensive airports in the world for land and aircraft. And then they will be getting from the outgoing, was it the British ambassador? I think so. The outgoing one. I'm be there. I mean, none will be the second. It don't change. 2 years ago, it changed. This not just waiting Facebook the remind way because we don't start long time. I remember, when Facebook Live begin. The one them way we be they do the program. We get Senesi Brahma, we get Yusuf Mba, Tony Tuye Jones still there. We get Arun Rashidin. And then we get Daniel Oldfield, and Daniel Oldfield is still there. So I think Senesi Brahma and I come in and say, Facebook, we need to go Facebook because now the radio no more be there. Man, I refuse. I was like, we need to go Facebook. Because we love fans and people they know how for listen to me on the radio and waiting for go Facebook Live again. But we can Facebook Live and we get a different family now. We still get to radio family them. People are waiting at the radio then they not even their Facebook. And we're still here. But if we want to go back, way back, we can go way back to YouTube. Go check with it at the SN Radio channel. You go see all the way to be done they do. Get him. Okay? And we're here for the love of Sierra Leone. I'll be asking a question just now. Say, anti-corruption say, 2 years ago, then go start lifestyle investigation. Michael Coca say, anti-corruption not get the staff. They not get the staff for do lifestyle investigation. But now then we can't tell you. 1st of July, 2019. Okay. We don't try. What we don't do? 4 hours 39 minutes. Yeah, we don't come back. True, we don't start. We really don't begin. But anyway, Anna Salon. It's a network. We don't build the bridge. The gap. I think I need to try put the interviews. I asked the Minister of Tourism about the airport. What he make 30 days the airport not be yet. I know put another on the airport to begin tomorrow. Well, the interview go on. I need to get some half interview. Then say what for begin cut the upload. And a salon bo. But the rest tomorrow. At least that's the only day we have. Then we go there back on Monday. We join AYV on Sunday anyway. We're there back on Monday. Ready for the struggle. Hey, Saloon. He's small, but he's big and mighty. It's not lie, watch no. Saloon small. But Saloon big and mighty. Till we meet again on Monday. Tripolisi. Tata.